Salute. What's going on, folks? I'm just here to kick it with you. Send out a quick video. Just some thoughts that's been in my mind. I want to talk about the nature of jealousy, anger, and fear. What that does to you on your magical path in particular. Um, from what I've seen, from what I've experienced, they're toxic to your practice. Um, if you're living a life that dwells on those lower vibrations, they will have effect in your relationships with others, in your relationship with yourself, and in your magic. Um, they will hinder you from progressing to the higher states of inner knowing and knowledge and love and expression and creativity and all the finer things that we as enlightened magical uh gnostic people should be striving for. I've dealt with some situations, that I'm not really going to get off into, but where I've seen how these toxic emotions affect people, how they will literally hinder you from your growth in progressing forward because you're stagnated and dealing with these emotions. When they come up in your life, they're coming up for a reason. 10 times out of 10, they're expressing themselves for you to move forward in your life, for you to move forward in your path so that you could address them, deal with them, and go forward. Not so you can dwell in it and allow those energies to devour you and to take over your life. It's a shame when people dwell and they live in that energy, because if you start out in the beginning dealing and dwelling in those energies, they will set a foundation on your path that will become a standard for you. So everything that you do will be out of that lower vibration. And once you set that standard, and once you've started to deal and to live within that current, it becomes more and more challenging to break, far as a habit, and to deal with those energies, because now that's all you know. So, for those people that do live in that current of, being in a dark cloud or a dark place or a fearful place, or being out of anger and jealous, take a step back and do some self work, do some homework within yourself to see why you are that way and what's causing you to be that way. Why are you angry? Why are you jealous? Why are you disgruntled? Because at the end of the day, we are only reflecting what's on the inside of our hearts and the inside of our minds, inside of our spirits, and so we are just reflecting in general. And so, in order for you to progress, you have to go inward and you have to deal with these things that are causing you these blockages. dealing with those type of energies can destroy relationships with others. Fear, jealousy, and anger can destroy relationships that you can build within yourself. It can destroy any magic that you do, because at that point in time, you're working out of such destructive force that that's all you're going to manifest in your life, and your magic will show. It will show it. The results that you have, especially if you're working for others, it's not good, man. It's not good, because now, you are involving that energy into somebody else's life. Prime example. I'll use myself as an example. I did some love work for somebody a few months back, and this person asked me to help them find a relationship. I did it for free because I wanted to get the practice in. I wanted to start to branch outward to working more with people, and to lend my energies and services to the world. So I did this work. It was over a month. It wasn't because, just to talk about something on the side here. When I do work, I don't just do work within a day and call it quits. I do multiple workings sometimes, especially in the love arena, to make sure that, that person that I'm doing work for will have success. So I did this work, and it was successful. The person that I did the work for did get a date. You know, she was really surprised, but the date didn't go so well. Now, two factors are involved there. It was a factor of how she felt about the person, the dynamics and the chemistry between her and that person, and also the energies that I was currently vibrating at when I did the work. Now, when I was doing the work, yeah, I was in it. I was involved in the work, but a part of me was a bit, I would say, at that time was a bit jealous, I would say, um, because of the fact of what somebody else could actually achieve and have in their lives that I wasn't manifesting in my life, if that makes sense. So that energy resulted in a potential relationship uh, uh, failing, basically. So I learned from that. I learned to deal with my own stuff before doing any work for anybody else. But all that to say that the emotions and the energies that I was projecting got meshed and mixed into the work that I was doing for somebody else. So the greatest lesson that we can learn is to deal with our own stuff on a personal level so that we can advance forward and not be caught in a cycle of destruction or destructive energies. So, I just wanted to put this out so that anybody who has those feelings and those emotions and that are stuck in it, I suggest that early, especially if you're just now beginning, early on, do some self work, do homework on yourself. Go inwards. Find out what these things are and deal with them, because if you don't, they're really going to be a hindrance to you as you progress forward in your life, not just on a magical and spiritual path, but in your everyday life. So, yeah, just some wisdom I wanted to put out there, you know, take it or leave it. And hopefully it does help. Hopefully it does spark up some type of insight for somebody. All right. So take care, folks. Peace.